This is a geometry view review for the area, perimeter, length, etc. of polygons. A trapezoid has an area of 126 area, square inches. One base is 15, the height is 9. Find the length of the missing base. Well, remember, the formula for the area of a trapezoid or trapezium is base 1 plus base 2 divided by 2 times height. So I know one base is 15. I'll call the other one just b plus b divided by 2 times height, which is 9, equals 1, 2, 6. And I'm going to right away make this a little bit wider so that I can see it. All right, so I will multiply both sides by 2, divide both sides by 9. So let's see. 2 times 1, 26 is 252 divided by 9. I don't think that divides evenly. Let's see. 9 times 2 is 18, and 7 is 25. 9 times 8, oh, it does, 28. So 15 plus b equals 28. I guess 9 times 1 is 9, 36. 9 times 4, yeah, 28. All right, and then for b, I do 28 minus 15 is 13. So the other base is 13 inches. What's the next one? Let me get this a little bit wider so that when I zoom, it goes where I want it to. The area of a trapezoid is 39 square meters. The trapezoid has two bases that measure 8 and 18. What is the height? Well, 8 plus 18 divided by 2 is 26. Divided by 2 is 13. Base 1 plus base 2 divided by 2 times the height equals 39. And so if I do 39 divided by 13, h equals 39 over 13, which I believe is 3. So it's 3 meters. The height in meters is 3. 4.5 by 6 meter kitchen will be covered with square vinyl tiles that are 30 centimeters on a side. How many tiles? Well, what should I do? I'm going to convert meters to centimeters. All right. So I multiply by 100. So 4.5 is 1000. That's 450 centimeters times 600 centimeters. And so the whole kitchen floor, well, what's 450 times 600? I'm going to use a calculator. 450 times 600, 270,000. It is 270,000 square meters. And then the square tiles are 30 centimeters on a side, so their area is 30 times 30 is 90. So I divide the total area by the area of each tile, and 9 times 3 is 27. Oh, it's not 90, it's 900. 30 times 30 is 900. 900. 27, and then put those two zeros. The answer, you can do it on your calculator, 300 tiles. The area of a rectangle is 2m squared plus 7m plus 5, and the width is m plus 1. What would be the length? Length times m plus 1 equals, well, I'm going to factor this and get the two factors. Maybe that's going to help me. So remember, 2 times 5 is 10. I want factors of 10 that add to 7. Well, that's plus 2 and plus 5. And so I'm going to take, I'm going to put m plus 2 and then put that 2 that was in front of the m back under it times m plus 5 over 2. That's supposed to be a 2. 2 plus 2 is 1, so L times m plus 1 equals, this is m plus 1. 2 over 2 is 1. There's the m plus 1 part, times, this is going to be the L part. Since 5 halves can't be simplified into an integer, I'll put the 2 back with the m. 2m plus 5, I guess you could do it either way. So the m plus 1 is the width, so the length equals 2m plus 5, or you could put m plus 5 halves, whichever one you would like. John, Mr. Johnny, I have a cousin named John. John needs to paint well, he's actually my cousin's husband, but great guy. I love Mr. John. John needs to paint a accent was in his living room. Whatever in the world that means, I don't even think my cousin John would know. The wall is 22 feet long by 12 feet high. So I'm going to find the area of that wall. 220 plus 44, 264, 264 square foots. I'm going to say square foots because this question said to paint a accent was in his living room. I don't know what that means. And it says I want 2 coats. So I have to multiply that by 2. 528. I need 528 square feet of coverage. Each gallon covers 60. Well, what's 528? Divided by 60. And if it comes out, well, it's not going to come out even. I'll have to round it up because I need enough paint. I can't round it down, and I can't buy 1/4 of a gallon of paint or 0.332 gallons of paint. They do sell them in half gallons, but I think it's just going to want me to round it to gallons. So let's see, 6 times 8 is 480. 528 minus 480 is 88 point. Oh, wait a minute, 48. 48, 6 times 8. And I carry down to 0. 48, so it's 8.8. 8.8 gallons, so really I have to buy 9 gallons. I guess you could do that on your calculator. But round up because you want to have extra gallons. And by the way, when you buy paint, you got to buy it in one batch. So you measure the wall first and see how much paint you need. Because if you run out of paint in the middle of a wall and then you go get a new batch, even though it's the same color, they mix it, it's going to be a little bit different. You'll see the difference if it's on the same wall. Mr. Fix-It wants to tile his dining room floor. The room has dimensions of 16 by 12. Why can't I get this centered? If he is using square tiles that measure 2, so each tile is 4 square feet. The room is 16 times 12, which is, 160 plus 32, so 192. So I just have to divide 192, divide it by 4. 4 times 4 is 16, 32, 4 times 8. I need 48 tiles to do this room. Now, sometimes you might need extra because you might make a mistake or there might be odd cuts somewhere, but probably 48 tiles. Probably, maybe buy a package of 50 to have 2 extra or buy a package of 6. I don't know what they come in. The width of a rectangle is 15 inches and the area is 120 inches squared. What is the length of the diagonal? Well, I'm going to have to find the length and then I can find the diagonal. So let's see. 15 times length equals 120. So length equals 120 divided by 15. And let me see what I can do. 6, 7, 8. 8. It's 8. The length is 8. So, this is an odd. Usually the length is the longer side. So I have this rectangle, and I'll call this the width, 15 inches, and I'll call this the length, 8 inches. And then I have the diagonal, which goes like that. Well, what is this? You can use a Pythagorean theorem, 8 squared plus 15 squared equals diagonal squared, and then take the square root, I guess. Or, that's not the, I think that's what I have to do, because that's not I was going to say this is a Pythagorean triple, but 15 is the width, not the diagonal. So I'm going to have to do that. 8 squared plus 15 squared, and now I'm using my room for the next problem, equals diagonal squared, 64 plus, what is this, 225? I think. Yes, 225, excuse me, equals diagonal squared, and that's, what did I put? Oh, I put 275, 225, not 275. That is 289, 289 equals diagonal squared, and I just did something with this. What is that, 17? That's 17. Square root of 289 is 17. The diagonal is 17. And if you do that on a calculator, 9, 8, 289. There you go, 17. All right, what's the next one? Find the height of the following isosceles trapezoid if the perimeter is 48 inches? Well, this is 28, so between these two, they've got to be 20 more. And it's isosceles, so they're the same, so they're each 10. And now I need to find the height. If this is 8 and this whole thing is 20, that leaves 12 for this piece plus this piece. That means each one of these is 6. 6. And look at, you can do Pythagorean theorem. 6 squared plus x squared equals 10 squared. Or recognize this is a 3, 4, 5 right triangle times 2. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 5 is 10. So find the height. Height equals 8. Find the area in square units of a rhombus with vertices this. Well, let me look at this rhombus. Remember, a rhombus, I don't know what to call it. It's like a square parallelogram. A square is a parallelogram, but a rhombus is a parallelogram that doesn't have 90-degree angles, but still has equal sides. So this is A, B, C, D. And what does it want? The area. The area of a rhombus is one diagonal times the other diagonal divided by 2. It's a form of kite. So I need the distance between A and C. Remember the distance formula? 1 minus 1 is 0 squared is 0. Negative 6 minus 4 is negative 10 squared is 100. And then the square root of that, which is 10. Plus. So that's the distance between A and C. The distance between B and D. Negative 4 minus 6 squared is 100. Plus negative 1 minus negative 1, which is negative 1 plus 1, which is 0, squared is 0. And then square root that is 10. So the two distances are 10. 10 times 10 divided by 2. One diagonal times the other diagonal divided by 2, that's 100 divided by 2 equals 50. Now let me check something. I'm going to look this up. I forgot this, are the diagonals of a rhombus congruent? Let's see. No, they're not. Okay, so I did have to find them. Wait a minute. Can the diagonals of a rhombus be equal? Let's see what it says. No. Well, wait a minute, then that's not. Wait a minute, what is a rhombus? A rhombus is what? Hold on, I'm missing something. A rhombus is a four-sided where all four sides are the same length. And it says the diagonals cannot be the same. Oh, this is probably a square then. Let me check it out. It's probably a square. Let's see. Is a square a rhombus? Hold on, I'm trying to. Is a square a rhombus? A rhombus and a remus. Yes, okay, so this is probably a square. Let's see. 1, 4. Let me put these points in. 1, 4. And then I've got 6, negative 1. I just want to look at it. Well, it doesn't look like it. 6, negative 1. 1, negative 6. 1, 1, negative 6. Yeah, this is a square. And negative 4, negative 1. Wait a minute. Oh. I put it right there. Negative 4. Negative 1. Yeah. That's a square. If I draw lines between them, it's a square. Okay, so that's all right. The base of a parallelogram is 3 times its height. So I'm going to call the base equals 3 times the height. The area of the parallelogram is 108 square inches. So 3h, and remember the area of a parallelogram is base times height. So 3h times h equals 108. That is 3h squared equals 108. H squared equals 3 times 3 is 9, 18, 6. H equals 36. Square root of 36, take the square root of both sides, is 6. The height is 6. Okay. A right triangle has a hypotenuse of 17 and a height of 8. What is the perimeter and area? Well, you can use Pythagorean theorem, or you will also find that there is a Pythagorean triple that is 8, 15, 17. And I will prove it on Desmos. 8 squared, watch this, square root of 8 squared plus 15 squared. See, it's 17. So it's an 8, 15, 17. And what is a perimeter? Perimeter is 8 plus 15 plus 17. 15 plus 17 is 32, and 8 is 40. So perimeter is 40. And area would be base times height. That's 15. So it's base times height divided by 2. 8 times 15 divided by 2, which is 4 times 15, which is 60. Area is 60 centimeters. Watch out, I forgot to put centimeters on my perimeter. Okay, two similar triangles have bases of 8 and 13. So I'm going to write this. I'm going to put small to big equals 8 to 13 equals. The smaller triangle has an area of 19. What is the area of the bigger? X. And I'm going to, now remember, this is a base, so this is linear and this is square. So I've got to square these. 8 squared and 13 squared. So I will cross multiply. 8 squared is 64. X equals 13 squared times 19. I divide both sides by 64 to find out what X is. 13 squared times 19 divided by 64. And let me get that. 13 squared times 19 divided by 64. 50, what did they say? Round to the hundredths. 50.17, approximately 50.17 square centimeters, because it's an area. So remember, when I'm comparing the ratios for a length, like a linear thing, perimeter or a side length, to an area, I've got to square the perimeter or side length. Okay, only two more. Find the length of JK. Well, again, I've got area to area. So I've got 88. I'm going to go big to small equals 88 over 22 equals 4 to 1. And then that equals 10 to JK, but that would be squared. Well, I can either square it or take the square root. Well, what's the square root of 4 is 2, the square root of 1 is 1, and then the square root of something squared is just the thing itself, 10 over JK. And then I've got 2JK equals 10. JK equals 5. Now, if I had squared it, I would have had 4 over 1 equals 100 divided by JK squared. I'd get JK squared times 4 equals 100. JK squared equals 25. And JK would be 5, square root of 25. So that one worked out. Here is a good one. And sometimes when I'm doing these composite figures, I got to draw a little extra. So I know that this is a rectangle. This is 16. I think this part is 16. Wait a minute. Oh, this part is 16 and that part is 6. So that's 22. And if that's 22 and that's 4, 22 minus 4 is 18. So that's 18. So now I can find the area of the trapezoid. 18 plus 7 is 25 times 4 is 100 divided by 2, because I've got to, wait, 18 plus 7 is 25, yeah. 25 divided by 2 times 4, well, 25 times 4 is 100. 100 divided by 2 is 50. So that's 50. And then I find the area of this. How do I do it? That's 7, that's 12, so that's 5. 6 times 5 is 30. So I got 50 and 30. I'm going to subtract 80 from whatever I find for the area of this rectangle. Well, it's 12 times 22, which is 220 plus 44, 264. 264 minus 80 is 184 square meters, is the shaded region.